for my research project, I wanted to do mine on the history of makeup, and that includes in the Renaissance and how it has continued to be a part of our daily lives and just kind of an art form. So, as far as the history of makeup, it was available across the globe and throughout centuries. People have kind of always been wearing makeup. The earliest evidence we have is that of Egyptians, and I didn't focus a lot of this project on Egyptians, but I just wanted to include here that they were the first ones that we know of that were wearing makeup. It's seen as a form of self-expression and even considered an art form. It's been used as a status symbol as well as to convey different things such as health and just kind of wellness, things like that. We will review ancient Greece, Rome, the Renaissance, the Victorian era, and the turn to modern day. So in ancient Greece and Rome, they had a very different view of makeup, as both men and women did wear it. It was still most popular for women to wear it, but it wouldn't be necessarily uncommon for men to use it as well. Fair skin is something you'll see was really popular for a really long time. People really wanted this fair skin with bright eyes and dark eyelashes and eyebrows. And what was kind of different about their eyebrows, as you can see in this picture, they would even use ox hairs to create what we would call a unibrow, where their eyebrows join together over their nose, which isn't especially popular nowadays. They would use chalk to achieve fair skin. They would crush berries to stain their lips and cheeks, black incense for their eye color, like eyeliner as form of a mascara, and what they would use to darken their eyebrows. And like I mentioned, they would use oxen hairs for a unibrow. The fair skin, the reason that was so popular is because it showed that they didn't have to work outdoors. So it was a sign of wealth, and then everything else was just kind of, well, since I don't have to work outdoors, I have a certain amount of money, and so I can also afford to tint my lips this color, to tint my eyes this color, and so that's why other things were popular as well. During the Renaissance, men no longer wore makeup, it was just the women. And the beauty standard was blonde hair and pale skin. They had different concoctions for blush and eye makeup, but it really wasn't as focused as just being blonde and pale. And to get this blonde hair, they had a few methods, but the most popular was lemon juice, which is something that I've heard of today. You can put lemon juice in your hair and go in the sun, and it's a way to naturally lighten your hair. They would wash their face with donkey milk for fair skin. That was something that I heard they got from Cleopatra. At least it was rumored that she did that. And during the Victorian era, I'm sorry, I wrote that wrong, but makeup in general became taboo. Natural makeup, not necessarily they wanted this natural makeup look. Because starting in the Renaissance era, but kind of shifting more towards in the Victorian era, people would say, if they were Christian, that you were trying to alter your God-given appearance by using these dyes and different ways to change how you looked. Or other people just thought you were trying too hard and just didn't really like the look of makeup. So clear skin, bright eyes, and softly tinted lips were the beauty standard, but they had to remain natural. I also read that lips were to be seen more as like they were just bitten rather than painted any certain color. And makeup at this time was often achieved at dangerous lengths, including using arsenic and deadly nightshade. And they would take small amounts of arsenic and take it so that everything would just kind of look dull. You know, they were making themselves sick to achieve this natural kind of glowy look like this girl in the picture has. They would even buy makeup in secret. It was not common. I guess it was a common thing, but it wasn't something that people wanted publicized. Then during the 20th century, makeup trends began to change a lot more rapidly, and this was because of capitalism. They had ads in the newspaper and things like that they could now have more access to customers. And so cosmetic companies were created, And still throughout this time, eyebrows remained relatively thin, lips relatively rosy, and youthful blush remained the beauty standard. And I use the word relatively because it did change a little bit, but as you can see, this woman still has thin brows, bright lips, and looks youthful with her complexion. And then my modern day observation, so this is just my opinion, but I've noticed that trends have the ability to change very rapidly. I would associate this with Instagram. I feel like all the time I'm seeing new random trends on like how to achieve different makeup looks, and I think it's interesting, but also it is would be expensive, so I think it still is pretty consumer driven. Um, Even at one time, there's 7 different trends going, like I mentioned. Um, I feel like the 2 most popular is the 2016 style makeup and clean girl makeup. These are both just kind of phrases people use to describe their makeup. The girl on the left is 26 style makeup. It was really, really heavy. You can obviously see she's wearing makeup, and that was kind of the goal. It was a really big year for makeup. And now, I'd say it's a more clean girl. With the girl on the right, she barely even looks like she's wearing makeup. It's all about just kind of enhancing your natural features. And something else I've noticed is men do wear makeup, but I still don't really see it in person. It is mostly just a social media thing, at least from my point of view. These are the works I cited. If you have any interest in learning more, I'd highly recommend checking those out. Thanks.